Hello everyone, and welcome back to Xgen Designs for another gameplay video, Gameplay Explained. Today we have some control point gameplay, as well as some blaster malfunctions. So for this first round I was using double helix, which is mostly working at this point. Obviously had some issues at the time. So yeah, here I'm mainly trying not to get tagged, but also appearing menacing, even if I can't really be menacing. You'd be surprised what you can do when people look over and just see a blaster point in another general direction. If you're wondering, double helix is not actually derived from a caliburn, but is comparable in size to one, but also has much larger plunger volume, like almost 1.5 times the size. Only about 10 cc's short. Which, for the record, is overkill, but you know, why not? Means it can reach 200 FPS on a pretty light prime. In the background there, you could hear one of the whistling darts that one of our local players has started to use. Not quite sure what, but it's pretty fun. Also kind of terrifying. Speaking of terrifying, Dartzone Pro Mark III has entered the chat. Alright, there's a guy on the green tent in front of that. Now, one thing to keep in mind for this game day was that we had a lot of trouble balancing the fields, or teams, or both. During one of the rounds, which you'll see in the next video, so subscribe for that, we kind of decided that the field won that one. Because teams were pretty even, and couldn't do much necessarily. Of course. Was not expecting that too.
Sorry for my bumper down.
Well, that was wild. Yeah. I'm not sure quite who that guy thought he was hiding from, because if I had something more accurate, like my seagull, I definitely would have been able to get him. Also, I think some of my jams here from the darts rotating in the Coda mag. I'm not quite sure why. I have heard other players talk about the follower doing some interesting things. Here you can see me messing with the dart to try and get him back. So, because of the issues, I swapped over to Helix, which, again, is doing better, but it's not quite perfect. Yeah, come on. Or, I should say, not quite fully working yet. Yeah. Also, yes, battle cries add 10% speed buff, and also 5% damage buff, Although I wouldn't recommend using the damage buff in Nerf.
Am I kind of in the way?
No, you should probably get that. But I'm gonna need to be back.
Yeah. This time I said just swap blasters instead of dealing with that for the whole round. And spawning in and getting a point that wasn't actually being used at this point felt good. More screaming darts. Because, why not? Speaking of screaming darts, that was probably one of them. Also, during these few games, I had a lot of success tagging people's feet who are using shields, which is very useful, even if they might not have enjoyed it sometimes. Shields are generally quite effective, although going under them is not usually an option. Or at least not a viable one.
Oh.
For these few games, I was also recovering from, let's just call it the disease, or something like that. You probably know what I'm talking about.
On your back, Dave?
So, it's generally a bit less aggressive.
Still on your back?
But I was able to largely keep up.
No worries.
Here I think you can see one of the positions on the field that had a lot of power, and opposite that blue tent. That blue tent also had a lot of power on the field, both seeing down into the other side, and also keeping that control point pretty much locked down. I made use of that in some earlier games, and also made use of that in some later games as well. Not quite sure why I spent so many darts trying to tag that one person, but yeah.
I see.
Also not quite sure what the outburst was about. But, we didn't get tagged, so I guess it's fine. Probably. That was a great time to look to the other side. Really, you want to be doing that a bit more often, especially considering that what looks like a fence post, sort of, right in front of me is one of the control points. But peeking each side can also get you tagged more frequently.
One bank coming for you guys! Oh. No idea where that came from. Going in front.
And you can see that I believe that it's my team that has now taken the control point. And the other team seems to be amassing for a push to try and take it back. Generally, these work quite well. It helps if you can get some crossfire from the other side of the field, but even on their own, they can work pretty effectively. And here, all three of them are charging at me. Oh, tag 1, tag 2, tag 3. They did get the point, but I'll just take that back. Yoink! Apologize for the more breathing sound than usual, but given the new camera mount and my being sick, there was no really avoiding that. Hey! Second first. Same as the first? Maybe? Could happen. Here they come. And 1. And 2. And 3. A few more darts than last time, but you're still able to pull it off. And that's all. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Subscribe for more.